between the Seattle Seahawks and the New York Jets. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. First carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
When Leonard Williams was picked in the 2015 NFL Draft, I compared him to Merlin Olsen, and I got a lot of grief about it. Did you just see that play there? Did you see how he made that move and made that tackle? That was Merlin Olsen-esque.
Yeah, I just perked up when you said Merlin Olsen.
Yeah, a lot of people said, hey, that's too much, too far, and maybe it is early. But I think this guy has a chance of fulfilling that.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. On third down, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call on. How about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. To throw is Darnold. The screen pass here to Cohen. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now the first carry for Ty Montgomery. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen, and he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On fourth down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they give up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they're talking about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's got Lockett. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection, maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you wonder, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. And what they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And now a hook up downfield on second down. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead.
Next to score, Seahawks 7, Jets 0. Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Keelan Cole, the intended target, but now it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Darnold completes it, and he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down. First down, a run with Cohen. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
An update from a game going on in Indianapolis. It's the Colts in that one that have grabbed the early lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year.
That's the end of the first quarter.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a 2nd down coming up. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Push him back. Go, go, go. Hey, wahoo! Right there.
Here's Darnold. That is caught by Cohen. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. So well done there, and these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do, and now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And a productive gain out to the 14 after starting at the 7. It's a gain of 7. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Wilson leaves this one with Penny. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the run, it's Penny. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 36-yard line.
280. Check 52. Come on. Check. Slam. Hey, 0.
Now it's Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And the Seahawks, first down.
What? 380. 53. Mike. Don't get nervous.
Penny, the first down carry. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. Here the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now 14-0.
14. Jets, nothing. Michael Dixon set to kickoff.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Let's go. Delaney, check 50.
Darnold. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1:53 remaining in this first half of play. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now it's Darnold. Throw complete to Herndon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here we go. And 80. 54, right there. 54.
Darnold from the gun. And this is incomplete. Trying to get it to Tariq Cohen out of the backfield. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter. A lot of time to change. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Tariq Cohen with touchdown number 20 on the year as they are now on the board here in the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
From the 24, Wilson, flush to his right. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Check 20. Check 53. All day, dog.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. That one going to be complete to David Moore. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now Rashad Penny. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Alert. Hey, watch that. Check, Mike, 54. Mike, 50. Hey, you got nothing to go. You got nothing. Easy.
3rd and 2, now Wilson. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some.
He's got a man, complete. And finally, he goes out of bounds right at the 35-yard line.
It's your first drive of the second half. You're down on the scoreboard. Maybe you just say to yourself, let's take a shot and see if we can shake them up. And, boy, they hit that one.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. They run. This is Cohen. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Meanwhile, here, a run on first down really backfires as he's going to be brought down well behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
We're going to sign. Come on, boys. 56. Check 56. Here we go, D. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. 3rd and long, it's Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
17-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Yeah, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Wilson. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trumaine Johnson. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
54. Hey, let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here.
On first down, it's Cohen. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Darnold is going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
13 yards on the play. And the Jets, 1st down.
54. Mike, 54.
1st and 10 at
Let's
the
go.
26-yard line.
Let's go, defense. And here we go.
The play fake, and it's Darnold. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
What's the old adage, partner? Don't judge the book by its cover, because this guy, he takes the mantra that he'll go down with a brisk gust of wind and sets it on its head. Great effort there to break a tackle and come up with a nice game.
Defense wins championships, baby.
On 1st down, they go right back to Cohen. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Tariq Cohen, his 21st touchdown of the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And Charles, the second time today that he has hit pay dirt.
And once you score the first one, there is that natural tendency, and there's also that eagerness to get back there again. Oh, he smells it. This guy smelled the end zone, and twice he's gotten there.
Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14-all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it 1st and 10. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, but now it'll be 3rd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Throwing is Wilson. They set up the screen to Penny. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give it.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Back to throw, Darnold. The screen pass here to Cohen. And some room to work.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
3rd and 2, Darnold. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And that will come the offense as they take over. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, it's Wilson being chased out left. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
On 2nd down, here's Penny. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now here on EA Sports. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. The Seahawks on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now they'll run it with Cohen. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Mike, 57. Let's go, baby. Turnover. Get that ball.
On 2nd down, it's Cohen. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
54. Lady, 54. Hey, 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 hey.
Now Darnold. Steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go on the... This is caught at the 20. A first down and then some. 36 yards. That was a fantastic job of keeping that play alive. He had a chance to tuck it. I thought he might.
They work on those situations all the time. This is coached. Being able to keep your eyes downfield, keep the play alive, and not automatically run with the football. How about that lesson absorbed, and it turned into a big play.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. You. Man, 80. Right there. 54, right there. Bravo.
To throw is Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22 and a half set in 2001. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Got an open man, Keelan Cole. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Well, they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. Now a timeout coming in here defensively as they stop it before the 2-minute warning with 2:09 to go in the game. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. And his kick is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now Cohen, only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look to grab a late lead.
He's coming. Double up.
Again, it's Cohen. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. They come up in an offset eye. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? This is Cohen. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This for the lead in the final stages. And his kick here is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they've managed the clock exactly right.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. Now Wilson. And that is incomplete. So now it's 4th down and short, and whatever they do, run or pass it, they've got to pick up the first here.
Yeah, and you mentioned running it. That is still an option, but as you've also said, they've got to do it quickly and get back to the line of scrimmage.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
14, find it.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson, eluding the pressure right. And he's got Lockett. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
14.
Wilson to throw. He's going to let it fly. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Jets, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10.